Hello, fellow Stitchers. I'm Cher Johnston. Welcome to my happy place. Before we get started, I'm going to take a look at this book that I'm making. It's almost done. Most of this I did on camera. Unfortunately, the cover, this piece I did before YouTube. And this little piece, that's the back. I did those before YouTube. So I don't have videos, but most of this is done on videos that I did. At the end of this video, there will be a playlist to my favorite things. This is a watercolor painting that I did myself. And these, I don't know if I showed how I don't remember if I showed how I put them all together. I think I did. This is lace that I made myself. Some of these are little twinchies that I did on camera. A lot of these I did on camera. This was a very popular video. This ended up being 2 videos. And this page here, this is the next page that I'm going to sew in. But before I do that, I have to put some decorations on this side. And that is what we're going to do today. But I wanted to go through and take all this stuff out. This is going to get sewed on this side, but we'll decorate that page first. And then one of those two goes on that side, on this, and we have to decorate that. So this is what we're going to work on today. And I did pick out, I'm going to sew this on there. I picked out a couple of things. These are twinchies that I made. And this is just a piece of fabric, piece of linen that I stamped. And I don't know if I'm going to do a little embroidery on it or not. We'll see. But we're going to do some stitching right in this panel here. And I'm going to sketch something out. I think we're going to do a rather Jennifer Clouston sort of burp, 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 feather stitch. Oh, so I have 2 colors. This feather stitch I'm going to do top to bottom. So that's why I turned it around. I have green here, 471, and a pink here, 601. I have 2 needles threaded up here. So we're going to do a feather stitch here. I have a new iPhone holder thingy. I did a very stupid thing. I took all of my projects that I wanted to work on and all of my recording equipment, all of my favorite needles, and they all got put into a box. Along with I think I have 8 pair of glasses, reading glasses, and yeah, they all got put into the same box, which ended up in storage. At least I'm hoping that it's in storage and didn't get left. I don't have it here with me, so not sure how that happened. It all happened very quickly. I cleaned and decluttered and packed for 2 or 3 months. And then, moving day comes, and I had 3 guys. And I had tried to, make it really clear which ones went, which boxes went where. And I don't know, something happened and I lost a box. The one box that I really wanted to make sure I got with me. Somehow I lost track of it. Anyways, enough about that. But I do have a new cell phone holder, and it's not as stable as I might like. You know what I mean? So I'm afraid if I rest my hands on the table, it's gonna just wobble all over. But I did also find this little clicker thing, which I like, that I can use to to stop and start the video, so I don't have to touch it. Because if I touch it, it wobbles. I guess I'm not really doing a tutorial here, because I'm not really telling you what I'm doing. These are just straight stitches. It's a very Jennifer Clouston thing to do. And now I'm going to do a back stitch. I don't think she really does a lot of these, but no matter. She's not here. And I'm just doing what I want. I'm going to switch threads here in just a minute. And we are going to do some kind of little flowers. Something, something. They're very twiggy. Okay, let's do another one up here. And I might come back to this with some come back to this green for some detached chain leaves. See, I only have one layer of fabric here, so I need to end off in the stitches. So there we go. Alright, then I have my pink here, and I think what I want to do are some, just because I love them so much, and this is all of my favorite things. This is going to be a cast-on stitch. With a cast-on stitch, you take, I just have a little bite out of the fabric there, a little tiny, and then I'm going to take this thread and wrap it around my finger and put it on that way. I don't want to pull too tight, and then wrap 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and because that's all twisty, and I hate when that happens, I'm going to pull the thread way, way, way down here. And just kind of pet it a little bit so that I get some of the twists out. There we go. And then I'm going to just hold all those wraps and pull through. And then, I don't know why this helps, but it does seem to help. Holding those wraps outward, and there we go. Now, you can leave it just like that, but I don't like to. I like to take a little stitch in the back. Not in the back, but you see what I'm doing. There we go. Let's do more of those. Let's do lots more of those. I'm in a new spot. I'm in a new home. Um, and I do have a window, but I don't have birds like I used to have. But one of our neighbors has indoor birds that I can hear. I don't think you can hear them, but they're near the front gate. So whenever you go to out the front gate, they start chirping. I think they can see you. You know. All right. I'm going to do more of these off camera because because time consuming and I can't. I have to keep it down to about an hour or less. I like that. So I'll finish those off and then come back. Okay, next. See, I look at that and I think those need little tiny white beads. So I have a little tiny needle. I think this is it's either a number 9 or a 10 milliner's needle. You just need to take your needle and make sure that it will go through the little beads. Then I have this is Nemo thread. It doesn't come with it written on there like that. I wrote that on there so that I wouldn't forget what it's called. It's very fine beading thread. So I put some of that on here. And then I go up here and get a bead. And then I want it right in the center of that little hole thing there. Yeah, that's cute, isn't it cute? Alright, then I'm going to go to the back. I'm going to do like 2 stitches. Oh. Into the fabric. And then I'm going to move on. And then each time I do another bead, I'm going to make sure it's in the right place. And then I'm going to go to the back. And I'm going to do 2 little tacking stitches. Might be a good idea to go through each bead twice, but I don't do that. But I do make sure that I'm doing tacking stitches between each one. If you ever put on beads and then you have one bead that cuts through the thread and you haven't done any tacking stitches, you know that each and every one of those little freaking beads is going to come undone. So that goes in there. And then just making sure it's going to sit in there nicely. There we go. And then tacking stitches. Now, I'm not going to make you watch all this because that would just be really boring. And it's easier for me if I can hold it closer to myself. So I'll do all those and then come back. You be careful there, Mitzi. Well, apparently this part recorded with no sound. So here we are. I have another different color of thread, and I didn't mention it. It's 632. It's kind of a tan, and I'm doing some little seed stitches. And I'm sort of pointing out there the ones that were already done. So there was something else here that I said, that I remember I said, is that my needle threader, the little kitty cat needle threader, and the teeny tiny little scissors that are usually in the photographs on my thumbnails is in the box. So I don't have my needle threader to use, and I'm using a different pair of scissors. And I don't know what I'll put in the thumbnail. Maybe my other scissors that I'm using today and some thread. And that'll have to do for now. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Spanish knotted feather stitch. And in just a second, I'm going to show you the thread that I'm using. It is a Suspargo Eleganza Pearl number 3. And I held it up and I don't think you can see it. The color is EZM26. And I have a chenille needle. I think it's a 20 or a 22. And I drew a circular kind of line on there so that I could sort of stitch in a bit of a circle to put that on kind of like a pocket. So the Spanish knotted feather stitch starts with a twisted chain stitch. And I'm going to try to narrate as I'm going. It's easier to tell you what I'm doing while I'm doing it. But you do a twisted chain. I'm going to wrap the thread around the needle so that there's an X over top of the needle. Or it also looks like a little fish. And then pulling through lots and lots of thread As it turned out, I didn't have too much thread. I had just enough. So I didn't have too much thread. Now you put the needle down in, there's a little triangle. This one you can't see very well, but there is a little triangle there. I'm going up to the left-hand side, wrap the thread around the needle, twisted, and I stop each time and say, look, the little fish. The little X over the needle, and then pull through that direction, keeping the thread pulling outward. And then I'm going to find the little triangle, go in there and out on the right hand side. And then again wrap the thread, twisted like a little fish, and then pull through, pulling toward the outside. And then again finding the little triangle. It's much easier to tell you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. And I think sometimes I stop talking about what I'm doing and I talk about other things. And I don't really remember. One thing that I noticed as I was, because I'm editing now, I have a new microphone, and I don't know, I don't really like the sound of the microphone. I have a um, microphone with a little fuzzy top, and I think it's making it sound a little too muzzled. You know, it's supposed to be a noise canceling microphone so that you don't hear the background noise, but I think it's maybe a little too much, uh, too muffled. So I have the other, I have two, I have one cover that's fuzzy and one that's just spongy. So I'm using the spongy one now and it seems to be working better. So we'll try that next time. Now I don't know what I was saying here. You know, I just stitch and chat. I just jibber jabber a bit. So I thought I'd record a voiceover and jibber jabber at you. Um, I have there's a link in the description to my Facebook group. I have a lot of new people on the Facebook group who I'm sure are just finding me from through Facebook. Like they don't really watch my channel and they're just interested in learning to stitch. And I just want to say welcome everyone on Facebook who doesn't really know me yet. I will post this on Facebook for everyone to see, and let me know if you have any questions. If you want to go to Facebook um, and join our little stitch book community there, that'd be great. You can share pictures of what you're doing, what you're working on. That'd be great. There's also a link in the description to my Ko-fi site. You can go there and buy me a coffee. I have courses on YouTube. I have lots of playlists and I'm making lots of content. And I'm not sponsored. I have no sponsors. I don't charge. I don't have any, paid memberships. There's no um, hidden content or anything. So if you wanted to go there and just support me, that'd be great. If not, that's fine too. I have also, I forgot to mention, it's a good thing I'm doing a voiceover. I'm making a new, making a pattern for a 3D moth. So my next, I don't know if it's going to be my next, I'm waiting for threads. I'm using these Eco Vita wool threads. And I meant today to show you the butterfly wings that I did, but I lost one of them. I have to look for it, and maybe my next video I'll remember to mention it and tell you about my future moth video. But there are patterns on Ko-fi. You can go there, and um, they're all free. You you click on it and ask you how much you want to pay, and you just put $0 and um, download the pattern for free. If you see a pattern that you like and you haven't seen the video, there's also a link to the video on the Ko-fi site. So yeah, there's that. I think that's about it. Thanks for hanging out with me and Mitzi today. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon. I will be recording again, probably again tomorrow, and I think the rest I'll just work in silence. Thanks for watching. Bye.